Okay.
I don't know how it's gonna look because we got the curtains and everything
All right. You
closed
want me to
right
try to
now, but
open
it
it?
is
open it.
live. I just don't know how wide of the screen it's gonna cover. Hmm? Excuse me. Can I get down this row here, please? Thank you. Mm, no. Can you see? Is this in your way?
Hey, listen, no. I'd like to welcome everybody. All right, come now. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Black History Month. I'd also like to say Happy Black History Month. We're your hosts for today. I'm Xavier.
And I'm Jeanette. And to start off, we're going to have our Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice, sung by Jayla Robinson. It's not recorded.
It's okay, I got it.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Bring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Thank you. Hey, I don't know about that, but she got one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. Let's give a hand clap for her real quick.
Okay. Come on, y'all, play. Okay. Before we go to our next performance, we have to give a special thanks to some of the people that helped put this play together. We would like to give a special thanks to Miss Paul Pollard. Miss Williams said everybody needs Miss Pollard in their life. Miss McGoss, Miss Shiki, Miss Williams, and Miss Duncan. And we would also like to give thanks to the students that created the backdrop for our play. Their names to be honored.
With our first performance, we have The Animal, directed by Miss Williams.
Look at her. You know what she did?
What?
You're an angry man. One day you will rise. Many people think that I'm an animal, cold-blooded, but I don't regret what I did. What did I do?
killed my children. Why? That's a long story, but I'll make it short. My name is Margaret Garner, and I was born into slavery on a plantation in Kentucky. I've been separated from my family, starved, endured backbreaking beatings, and backbreaking work. I've been tortured in ways the human mind couldn't imagine. My body didn't belong to me. I've been raped, humiliated, and stripped of all hope. When my husband told me we were going to escape to freedom, I was worried. So many people tried, and so many people died. But I would walk through the fires of hell if it meant my children would not be suffering like how I did. I was pregnant, some months along when we escaped. It was the coldest winter ever. The whole Ohio River froze solid to the core. One night, we walked clear across that river, leaving Kentucky and all the horrors of slavery behind us. We were free, we were happy, we were hopeful. We found that our old master's children were coming for us. They found us in the cabin, our last stop of freedom. We looked out the window, we were surrounded. As Martians beat on the door, a piece of me died. I pictured my life and decided I didn't want my children to be beat, raped, and degraded. I decided they were better off dead than living a life that wasn't fit for an animal, let alone a man. I picked up a knife. I looked at my 2-year-old. She smiled with so much love in her eyes. I killed her. Then I turned to my other children and unsuccessfully tried the same. They sent me back across that same river, the same river that once provided so much hope. I held my last remaining child, a new infant. So much love in her eyes, so much life. A life that would be lost in this brutal system we call slavery. I kissed her and dropped her in the river that day. Not a day goes by that I don't think about my children. As I toil the earth and endure the overseas wind, I find happiness knowing my children are with the Creator. They will never know pain, sorrow, despair, what we feel every day. Am I an animal? Am I?
All right, everyone. I would like to talk about how beautiful our Black culture is and how everyone wants to replicate it. But I would also like to talk about how there are some universal culture beliefs or experiences that we have going throughout our lives that we all will know.
All right, with our next performance, I would like to welcome. With our next performance, I would like to welcome the dancers. Let's hype them up, y'all!
They call me Charlie Boy.
I don't know about y'all, but they was getting it out there. Let's get a clap for the dancers, man.
Okay, back to what I was saying before you cut me off. We gonna talk about the universal experiences that we've had as a Black culture. When your mom says no, when you ask for McDonald's, what's the first thing that your mom said back to you?
Hey, could y'all think of one other thing she was saying?
Period.
Great questions. I mean, we knew the answer. With our next performance, we got Oscarville.
In 1912, May Curl, an 18-year-old white girl, was found in the woods after being assaulted less than a mile away from her home. She later passed away from her multiple stab wounds. Local authorities arrested 3 Black men, including 17-year-old Ernest Knox, without hard evidence or witnesses. His story is as follows.
Mr. Anderson came up sitting in the parking here. I lost it 2 days ago.
Young man, does this belong to you?
Yes, sir, it does. Why?
I don't need you to come on down the station and answer a couple of questions.
About what?
The young girls is.
I don't know anything about that, sir.
Sure, get on board. Come on.
At the station,
Were you out to dance until the evening?
I was at home, my folks.
I listened to Tiny Line.
But I'm telling the truth. But I'm telling the truth.
Would you so happen to recognize this woman?
Yeah, I might have seen her walking down the street or something.
We believe you the last one seen her.
Why?
Now look, I don't have time to run around. So tell me what you did.
I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth.
Do you know how this could have happened to her?
Maybe I can something. I don't know.
Oscar Daniel was put. Oscar Daniel was tried in front of an all-white jury. The trials were rushed, and the next morning, him and his accused accomplice were sentenced to death by lynching. The lynchings took place on October 4th. At the time, Georgia no longer allowed public executions, but 5,000 white people cheered as the 2 died. As a result of these accusations, night riders began to terrorize Black people in the area out of their homes. Black churches were burned down, houses shot up, windows shattered. The violence began before the trial, but only got worse after. In the 1950s, the United States Army Corps of Engineers built Buford Dam, which is why Lake Lanier was made. It boosted the economy in the area, but only made it easier for Oscarville's history to be hidden and erased.
Hey, free my baby Oscar off the pen, bro. All right, we got some more Black culture questions. So, being a part of the Black community, what do you think some of our biggest upsides are as being Black? Okay, we got music, football. What else? Basketball. Anything else? All right, all right.
And what are some of the downs?
I hear crime. Anything else? All right, let's calm down. Let's calm down. All right, with our next performance, we got
Seneca Falls.
Seneca Village is a small thriving community in Seneca Village is a small thriving community of African Americans as well as a few German and Irish immigrants. It began in 1825. It began in 1825 when landowners in the area, John and Elizabeth Whitehead, divided their land and sold as 200 lots to majority of Black buyers. The village existed until 1857 when the residents were asked to vacate their homes in order to work on the construction of Central Park.
People don't really talk about how they treated us Black folks at Seneca Village, and I still don't understand why. Looking back at the situation, they were very childish and very rude for the whole situation. My name is Marie Covey. I'm 15 years old, and I live in Seneca Village with my mother, who was a school teacher, and my father, who owned milk shops in the local area.
I don't understand why they gave us an eviction notice out of the blue like this. We need to do something about this. I can't sit by and do nothing.
I know, baby. Think about how Marie might feel. Wait, did you hear that? Marie's left the room. What do you mean we're being forced to leave? I don't want to go.
Marie, go to your room. This conversation is between your mother and I.
That's right. We'll call you back down when we're finished.
Evan and I went down to the court to talk to them about the eviction. However, they just brushed us off like nothing happened. All of this commotion to create a park over our homes, they expect us to agree to this. It's all so sudden.
I know. Do you know where we can move to?
No, I don't. We might have to relocate to somewhere new. You know how expensive and time consuming that might be.
What are we going to do? This is all we know.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
I've never seen my parents so stressed out in my life.
The following day, everyone in Seneca Village was forced to leave their homes. It didn't matter if they had a place to move to or not. Nobody seemed to care. The government wanted them gone one way or another. Central Park is put over the tears of a thriving and wealthy African American community in present-day New York City. Central Park is beautiful, but now knowing the history, its beauty is stained.
They did not need to be looking at that poor baby like that at all.
All right, we have another Black culture question. Who do y'all think is the king of pop in the Black culture? Hands down. Michael Jackson, we got Wild West. All right. Yeah, who do y'all think the queen is though? I'll take the Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. On to our next performance, we have Tulsa.
Also, Oklahoma is a great place to live. Well-known from their scenic riverbanks to their well-known museums. And to top it off, their weather is just splendid. As it stays hot in May and December, just about warm through summer and April. You all quiet now?
This is an outrage.
Exactly. Why must these people come over here and take what they want? Somebody got to put their foot down.
We demand to hand over Dick Brown right now to do justice to our community.
If you didn't know, Dick Rowland was a teenage shoeshiner, and he was arrested in May of 1921. He was in the same elevator as a white lady, and this event will soon later lead to what is now known as the Tulsa Massacre.
I was convinced this was going to take care of the homeless just fine.
Get those Negroes!
They're hiding Dick Rowland.
Yeah, that's right.
Why won't you people hand over Dick Rowland? He's not doing anything good for you.
Yeah, you know, especially when you hand them over, you Negro.
So I'm taking that as a note.
9 seconds, shots were fired. And over the next 6 hours, Tulsa was plunged in chaos. And Tulsa was plunged in chaos for the next 6 hours. Fighting erupted alongside the Frisco Railroad tracks, and by midnight, fires were set along the African American Commercial District.
Lucky you must be safely have you evacuated your home. What do you mean you have to go?
Despite the overwhelming evidence, no whites were ever sent to prison for the murders and arson that happened. But this will always be a memorable moment for the whites and blacks that struggled in Oklahoma.
All right, y'all. All that discrimination. Okay. For our next performance, we have the stand-up dance.
I've been walking when the first time to weight on my shoulder, bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can for my people. When the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone.
very deep and dark topics, like babies being thrown in the water and people getting discriminated against. So to kind of brighten the mood up, we're gonna start with a song that you all should know.
Hey DJ, play the track.
We're gonna start by going this way.
Hey, come on! I know y'all know this. Come on! I swag. I serve. 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 Hey! Hey! What's up? I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. Hey, hey.
Okay. Now for our next performance, we have Bessie Coleman.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here? What do you realize I'm doing? I'm about to fly a plane. You fly a plane? Not only are you a woman, but you're colored. You're not flying any plane. Who way? Tell that to my pilot license. You what? That can't be. You might be colored. And no, that's right. I'm black, Native American, a woman, and I'm an aviator. But that can't be. I never heard of a colored woman being an aviator. That's because you consider me the first. But no, ain't no buts or what. Since you're already shocked, why not shock me some more? I plan on opening my own flight school. You're putting my darn leg. You might have a license, but you're not as good as a pilot. You think I'm joking? They don't call me Brave Bessie for nothing. I do loops, barrels, and figure eights in my plane gear. I just don't believe it. A woman, especially a colored woman doing all of that ain't right. Ain't right? What ain't right is you folks trying to tell me what I can and can't do. The sky don't care about my color, and neither does this plane gear. Now let's sit here watch me perform until leave.
This is just one of the multiple interactions that Bessie had. From racism to misogyny, Bessie faced it all. She was an activator. She was a civil rights activist. She was a civil rights activist and an amazing role model.
All right, everybody. We have another Black culture question for you all. When your mom say, no, when you try to go outside with your friends, what time do your mom say you gotta be back home? The boys be like,
Hey, it seems like a lot of our moms be saying the same thing.
Universal.
All right, with the next performance, we have John Lewis.
John Robert Lewis was born on February 21st, 1940 in Troy, Alabama. Growing up in the secular South, he witnessed injustice every single day. He knew he could not stay silent.
I saw how unfairly people like me were treated, but I knew I had to speak up. I wanted to change things, even if it was hard. I believe it's popular right to change things. Everyone deserves the right to be treated equally.
John became a leader in the civil rights movement. He marched, protested, and fought for equality, even when it meant facing danger.
I've known this since I've known you ever since our college freshman year. I want you to share every protest. You're so brave. You're changing the world. It's not just about bravery. It's about doing what's right.
John went out to serve longer for over 30 years, fighting for justice and inspiring others to stand up for their own rights.
We've got a long way to go, but we're making progress. Everyone deserves the right to be heard.
John helped lead the march from Selma to Montgomery, fighting for voting rights. In the end, their struggle led to change.
If you see something wrong, you have to act. Together we can change things. It's okay to test the system to the point where you get in trouble, as long as it's good trouble.
John Robert Lewis showed that one person can change the world. Through courage and leadership, he proved that justice is worth fighting for.
We have another Black culture question for you all. Do you all know who Rosa Parks is?
I mean, of course we know who it is.
No.
Of course we know who she is. Why?
But do you all know who Claudette Colvin is?
Oh, who was that?
She was the first person to challenge segregation on public transit 9 months before Rosa. She sat in the front of the bus and was not recognized as the first one to do it.
What's our next performance? We have Claudette Colvin.
Actually, it's Viola LaRusso.
March 1969, Sonoma, the fight for voting rights was at its peak.
I couldn't stand there and do nothing, especially now. If I don't fight for justice, how can I expect others to?
But why would she do this, you may ask? After all, she had a family to go home to that was built around her quaint life. What would motivate her to fight for someone else's?
My faith is what brought me here. Seeing all the brutality go down, knowing that it was under the eyes of God that is nothing. So I left my home in Detroit, and I fought side by side with Martin Luther King Jr. for a true fight to civil rights.
She knew the risks, but she was driven by an unwavering belief in equality, kindness, and God's love for everyone alike.
But on the night of March 25th, 1965, Viola drove from Montgomery to Detroit with activist Leroy Mountain beside her. She made this sacrifice often as she transported activists to and from marches and speeches.
As they traveled on Route 80, a car carrying armed Ku Klux Klan members pursued them. A short chase soon began as Roy pulled the two in the car.
The Klansmen fired, shattering the window, leaving Viola dead with 2 fatal gunshot wounds in her head.
Although she went down fighting for rights, her name was falsely slandered by the FBI and claims of illicit activity surfaced.
Even after I was murdered, my name was dragged through the dirt. They said I abandoned my kids, that I was a communist, that I slept around or I was clinically insane. They They did anything they could to manipulate the public's perception. Anything they could to keep the public from sympathizing for a white woman. Because that's the only place where sympathy matters. For a white person. The people all around me. And then there was Gary T. Rose, a favorite FBI agent and a KKK member who assisted in my murder. A criminal without a charge.
To speak of neutrality, to be with the police.
Hurry up. Yeah.
We have another Black culture question. So going somewhere new that you've never been before, what's the first thing that you notice? Going somewhere new that you've never been before, what is the first thing that you notice?
Or ask yourself.
With our next performance, we have Black Panther.
We have been at this for decades. When will we fight?
Very new ways are wrong with the struggle and stuff. Those who've been fighting for years.
This is so insane. We've already lost too many to the streets. It's not just about the guns, but the hearts and the minds of the people. Like, come on now.
But we can't be afraid to change now.
I agree, but guys, it's about the emotional strength for our community, not just physical. The trauma alone that we've experienced from police brutality and the violence. At the end of the day, we just need to show them how to heal. It's not in the strength, it's in our spirits.
For the community and police brutality. She also reminds them that the battle isn't just against the system.
Not just that, we need to build trust in the community. If we want the people to join us, they have to see we're here for them.
That's so true. How the hell would we that? How would we do it? The system is everything we can to keep us violent. This is crazy. We have to get into something to fight for. We no longer hold that in the future.
You're right. We have to give them something to fight for by showing them their work. We have to give them a reason to fight.
It's also about the trust. We have to show the people that we care for them and just not using them for any cause.
Erica's words cut deeply. It's not just Erica's words cut deeply. It's not just about the real change, but it's about what they're fighting for.
Another thing before I forget, we need to, the youth. The youth aren't going to follow us just because we say they should follow us. We need to make our work relevant to them by building outreaches, education, tuberculosis testing, legal aid, and transportation assistance.
I agree. It's about willingness. It's about unity. We need to organize not just for the present, but for the future. Every Panther out there should feel the responsibility to the community.
And we need to teach them that the fight is ongoing, that this fight has been passed down to us.
You can't be afraid to take risks either. The system is going to push back harder than ever. And the people will rise with it. And the people united will never be defeated. Black power!
All right, everyone. We have our next question. In you all's opinion, what is Detroit most known for?
Come on, I know y'all got some answers. What is Detroit known for? Okay. And in my opinion, I like to eat. I think it's the Coney Islands. All right, with our next performance, we have
Grandma, guess what I learned about in school today? Rosa Parks. Who are you and how do you spell?
My name is Claudette Kaufman. I was born September 5th, 1939. My early life was a little rocky because once my father abandoned us, it was hard for my mother to provide for my family.
Did you go to school?
Yes, in 1955, I was segregated in Liberty, Washington High School in the city.
How did you get to school?
I relied on the buses to get me to school because my family did not own a car. I didn't stay in a child's place. I was doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing.
How did you get to school? Oh. What was your experience like on the bus?
If the bus was to become crowded, any African Americans who were seated had to move farther to the back to make room for the whites. While I was on the bus, a white woman was left standing.
Okay, you guys. Excuse me. It's very hard to perform. And you're very rude. Please stop. Actually, I'm coming for you guys. She began to think about her past.
Get up.
Why? I'm not bothering anyone.
Yes, absolutely. You sit down.
But I was here first. Am I not important?
Did you see this pregnant stay here?
Is it because she's pregnant or because I'm colored?
I'm not going to fight for you. When I say get up,
No.
then call the police.
Get up!
beat up, I'll arrest you.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested.
It doesn't matter. Put your hands behind your back now. You know that company. You are regular arrested. You are police. You can be safe, kid. You will be used against you before the law.
Despite her bravery, Claudette faced pushback. Many people in the community didn't think she was the right person to lead the change. She was young and imperfect. Many people believed that she didn't have the ideal image of a well-spoken activist they hoped to present to the world.
I didn't think it would lead to anything big. I was just doing what felt right, what felt had to be done.
And so Claudette's story was tucked away, quiet but important prelude for the civil rights movement. Though she didn't get the spotlight, her courage was never forgotten.
It's okay, baby. You're living your life. I couldn't sleep. I was drowning in my thoughts. What if I had just gotten up? Would that have changed anything? Would that have ever happened?
After Clovis' arrest, she became pregnant. There are many concerns at the time about how her pregnancy would affect the movement. And so the NAACP went for Rosa Parks instead.
I wasn't the perfect person. I wasn't who they wanted me to be. But they didn't choose me. They chose Rosa Parks.
Okay, for our next Black culture question, what's better, sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie?
That's no apple pie.
That ain't a what?
It is sweet potato pie. With our next performance, we have Shiki's Dance.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming out today. We have a major decision to make. You have been called to decide the fate of Black America. I know this will be a very hard task, but we know you can accomplish it. I understand a lot has changed since the time of this earth, but we are still very far behind.
I think we all know we're far behind.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is W.E.B. Du Bois, civil rights activist and founder of the Niagara Movement. We are far behind because we're still operating under separate legal doctrine.
Booker T. Washington, Black leader and advocate for Blacks who are in a trade for advancement. With all due respect, brother, separate equal was stricken down by Brown's for education.
It was stricken down but never fully removed. It was still clearly present in the notion of the high policy, which clearly gave more funding to schools for higher test scores. How is that equal? Fair? When Black children start off at a disadvantage, how would it ever be equal funding?
Plus, you give an opportunity to reconstruction. I told you all that. She gets us better first, pursue a trade, and the policy of the community before we learn about equal education.
Respect, brother? If this is you, we would still be able to cotton.
Dr. King.
Dr. Martin Luther King, civil rights activist. It is apparent that we have not achieved the level of equality that we have sought. We need to work
with the government to achieve our goals. If we're persistent, eventually we'll have equality.
Mr. X?
Malcolm X, civil rights leader. When will we truly fight for our inherited rights? After a while, we have to stop waiting and praying and hoping for a change to make change happen. We must take it. We have waited hundreds of years and have taken that passive road. Now, let's strike on aggression.
We can fight without bloodshed and battles. Even the harshest oppressor has a conscience.
Conscious? It's apparent that the beliefs of rivalries and stereotypes of the shadow and informal conscious. What was the conscious when countless blacks were being tortured and hung? Where's the conscious when Emmett Till and Trayvon Martin was killed? What about the countless blacks who are being killed on a daily so that people can just stand around?
I think we all agree that we are not where we thought our endless fight would lead us.
I told you we wasn't ready.
We are ready. We were ready. We are capable and able to be successful.
How can we achieve this goal?
We need to work with the system we've been given and show them that we can perform any task.
We need to respect ourselves while demanding respect from others.
Seek out all forms of education, strive to be productive in society, and role models in the community.
But can we do it?
We can.
We can.
I think we can.
I know we can, but ultimately, it's up to you. Are you capable?
For our next performance, we have Shinky's dance, I Know Where I've Been.
There's a light in the darkness. Oh, the night is black as my skin. There's a light burning bright, showing the way. But I know where I've been. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. There's a cry asking why. I pray the answers up ahead. 'Cause I know where I've been. There's a road we've been traveling, lost so many on the way, but the riches will be plenty. What the price we had to pay. There's a dream in the future. There's a struggle that we have yet to win. And there's pride in my heart, 'cause I know where I'm going. Yes, I do. And I know where I've been.
struggle that we have integrated. That's why what's in tomorrow? It's just too sexy.
And let's give our hands to the dancers again real quick.
Now on to our next performance, we have Jane Boyd.
Jane Bowen born. Jane Bowen born April 11, 1908 in Kentucky. She followed after her dad when she decided to become a lawyer. Which led her to being one of the first African American females to attend Yale Law School. During her years, she faced so many challenges. Even the professors would avoid acknowledging her.
What are you doing here?
I'm doing the same thing that you're doing here, getting an education.
Someone of your race shouldn't be here.
You know what you're telling me, bro.
Right, move.
Although she felt very discouraged, she then pushed through and became one of the first African American women to graduate from Yale Law School in 1930.
After college, I got hired as an assistant at the family court. I soon became the first African American female to work in the New York City's Bar Association.
For our next performance, let's welcome Marcel Jordan Chapman.
All right, you all know about Marion Croak, the inventor of FaceTime and Zoom technology? No. All right, so she's not the only inventor, but she is like a pioneer who revolutionized how we communicate today. So she was born in 1955. She is a visual engineer with over 200 patents. But then she invented voice over internet protocol technology, and that's basically used to allow anybody to connect with people through calls over the internet. And because of that, just think anytime you're in a Zoom meeting or you're in a FaceTime with someone you know, like a friend and a family member, you're using the technology that she created. And on top of that, she is a champion of diversity at STEM, which goes to show that brilliance has no barriers, regardless of race or gender. And I think it's about time that we should start to recognize her more because she changed not only how we communicate with one another, or she just changed the entire world.
Okay, now for our next performance, we have Life of Crime.
Guess what, guys? What's that? You're a dummy into the game. Yeah, I propose. Actually, you did. And we're running away tonight to get married. Look, Autumn, I know you love Matt. You treat him like a queen, but you guys can't even sit in a restaurant together. Did you think this out? No, she didn't think this out. You foolish girl, are you that dumb to think love will conquer all? Hush, Autumn, it's dangerous and peaceful. Remember what happened to Joe when he simply asked white women out on a date? They found him swinging from a tree. That won't happen to me. Matthew would not let anything happen. Matthew can protect you when the law says it's abomination. Hush, G. Autumn, honey, where would you live? You can't live with the whites and you can't live with the blacks. Please think this through. You'll be a criminal unable to truly settle down. Please, Autumn, don't start life of crime.
With our next performance, we have Blue Shot.
Children, get your shoes and coat on. We're going to be late.
My show is on.
I'm only going to drive my picture.
But my show is still good. Don't make me say it again. Don't make me say it again.
Grandma, come with us?
Where are you guys going?
We're going to go get the flu shot.
I'm not putting that poison in my body.
Poison.
Mom, please don't scare the kids with that nonsense.
Nonsense. Y'all go ahead and believe those doctors if y'all want to. I know the truth.
What? Mama, what truth, Grandma?
Well, I was born in Macon County, Alabama, where disease called syphilis was spreading rapidly. I watched many of my friends go to the doctor in search of a cure, but all they gave them was fake penicillin shots and watched their bodies become deformed from the sickness. I watched them die a horrible death, and what made it worse was that these doctors knew that these men were infecting these women. They didn't care. They didn't care about the countless lives of those women. They didn't care about the countless lives of children born with the disease. They didn't care who were disposable.
Mama, that was horrible, but times have changed. I have to believe that we live in a world where our lives
lives matter. I hope so, dear. I hope so.
Okay. Now to our next performance, Hattie McDaniels.
Hattie, I'm still shocked how you got that Oscar. It's hard to wrap my mind around you.
I know, right? It's like a dream come true, had it. How did you do it, especially with all the racism in Hollywood?
Hattie's siblings was curious on how she accomplished getting the Oscar. Going through the experience of racism.
Well, y'all, it wasn't easy being the first African American actress to win an Oscar. There was a lot of racism, and people didn't give Black actors a chance. I was allowed to only play the roles of being a maid or a servant.
Hattie said this with a serious, almost pain expression, but there was also pride in her voice because it was a reminder of how far she came.
Well, sis, why did they only let you play that part?
Baby, back then people thought that was all Black people could do. They didn't think we were smart, stable, and talented enough to play the main roles. And the sad part was, I was also unable to attend the Gone with the Wind ceremony for my Oscar. It was a whites-only theater, and I had to sit at a segregated table across the room.
Man, that's cruel. It's good you kept going, sis. I think you're very talented.
Thank you. I gave my best every time I stepped in front of a camera.
Them dang racist people. My poor sister had to go through that just to get an Oscar?
Oh, just calm down. You're getting all worked up.
I'm calm. I just don't understand how someone go through.
It just takes patience and confidence, Otis. You just have to keep going no matter what anyone says.
Now that's the spirit.
I still don't understand.
The point is, you just have to be patient and stand tall because they were trying to tear you down with their racism. But you shouldn't let it define you. You do what you have to do and keep your head high, and one day they have no choice but to recognize your talent.
See, Hattie, you just always know what to say.
You're right. You're making a path for all of us.
Hattie McDaniel was the first African American woman actress. She experienced multiple races and had to play traumatic scenes. But on top of everything she went through, she inspired other African American actors such as Kiki Palmer, Taraji Brooks, and Tiffany Haddish. She inspired these actresses to keep on going and stay strong through tough times and negative people.
Our next reporter, please welcome Jonathan McSween.
The inventor of GPS. Do you know about Gladys West, the inventor of GPS? Well, not just her, she was one of the hidden figures who made it possible. She was born in 1930 in rural Virginia. Gladys was a mathematician who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. While the world credits scientists and engineers, it was her calculations, her brilliance that made it possible to help map the Earth's surface with precision. She was a Black woman in a time where her gender and race were barriers. Yes, she worked through. Her work on satellite data and geodetic models laid the groundwork for the global positioning system we rely on today. Every time you check your phone for directions, you're using technology born from her mind. Gladys West didn't just map the world; she changed it. And isn't it time we knew her name?
Last but not least, let's welcome the dancers back on the stage.
Back on
74. Give it up for Sister Realness.
I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I want to thank Ms. Williams and all the dancers. Thank everybody out for coming today. And happy Black History Month, everybody.
I swear to God, that was the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Where am I going?
People behind you.
No, come on.
It's so long. 8 people watching. You on live, babe? I gotta get my purse. And my stuff is in Shinky's room.
I think that may be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Savannah.
You want me to bring the
I left
camera
my
back?
stuff up in your room.
You want me to bring the camera back?
Please.